Year-over-year housing inventory in the Bay Area has declined for 27 months in a row. Why is inventory in the Bay Area so low? I'm Sean Engmann, an MBA and certified real estate negotiation expert. If you like my content, please do me a favor and hit the like button and the subscribe button below. The downward trajectory of year-over-year inventory in the Bay Area predates the pandemic and goes back to the summer of 2019. It is the low inventory coupled with increasing demand spurred on by low interest rates that's led to the exploding appreciation in the housing market over the last couple of years. There are several factors that have led to the reduced inventory. The pandemic and the prospect of selling and moving in the midst of COVID certainly eliminated the possibility of selling for some. Others who are thinking about selling and wanted to stay in the Bay Area wanted no part of being on the buy side of a transaction for a replacement property. The factor that no one's talking about is the capital gains tax triggered by selling a home that's appreciated at such a rapid pace. Homeowners are able to exclude up to $250,000 in gains from the sale of their home from taxation, up to $500,000 for married couples filing jointly. Because many homes have appreciated above those limits, selling the home could trigger a substantial tax bill that takes a huge bite out of the proceeds. As an example, I have a client who bought their home for $950,000 in 2004. That home's worth $3.3 million now. Even after the $500,000 exclusion, the taxable gain is $1.85 million, federally taxable at 20% and the top ordinary state tax rate of 13.3%. So 1/3 of the gain, or about $610,000 in this example, would need to be paid as taxes. That certainly makes selling less palatable, especially when there are alternatives. A strategy to at least delay paying these taxes is the 1031 exchange, and that's what many sellers are doing, especially those in strong cash positions. One major catch is that primary residences are ineligible for 1031 exchanges. Only investment properties are. How it works is that a seller would sell a qualified investment property and would need to close in a like-kind investment property or properties of equal or greater value within 180 days in order to defer all capital gains taxes. In order to qualify a home for a 1031 exchange, it would need to be converted to an investment property. So this strategy involves renting the property out and doing a cash-out refinance for liquidity if needed. The property then generates cash flow and becomes eligible to be sold and exchanged for other properties after several years, or it could just be held onto as a rental property. The net short-term result, though, is liquidity in the form of a refinance and cash flow, the deferral of capital gains tax, and a home kept off the market. As interest rates increase, this strategy could start to become a little less palatable if a refinance is needed for liquidity. But the 1031 exchange option indefinitely delays a large tax bill and eventually gives sellers the opportunity to invest in other areas of the country where the ROI is greater than in the Bay Area. The prospect of paying substantial capital gains taxes and not being able to maintain the same standard of living after selling are some key concerns that impact inventory. It's a factor that many people don't consider when they ask why inventory remains so low when it's such a great time to sell. If you're thinking about selling your home, it's absolutely essential that you understand the value that you want to get for your home and the tax implications involved with selling so that you protect your investment. It's also worth noting that the Biden administration is hostile toward 1031 exchanges. In its recent budget proposal, President Biden included a rule capping the capital gains deferral to $500,000 for an individual or $1 million for a couple. That, if passed, and rising interest rates may change the calculus for some. It's somewhat ironic that the record appreciation that we've seen throughout the years in the Bay Area is stifling inventory, but the capital gains bill resulting from that appreciation has certainly given some sellers pause. If you have questions or comments, please include them below or reach out to me directly. My contact info is in the description. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my content. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.